Hey, what's up? So it's a beautiful day out, and I decided to come out here real quick on my break. Instead of have my lunch, I'm gonna try to push you a little bit. All right, so hopefully you can hear me and the wind is not blowing too loud, and these trucks going by don't make too much noise. Or hopefully my editing skills can fix the audio if it's messed up. But if not, I'll record it again. It doesn't matter because I'm not gonna give up on you. And I really don't want you to give up on learning English. So let me ask you something. Have you ever planted a seed? With some dirt and water, put the seed in the ground, you put it in the soil, you water it, you give it sunlight, and then nothing. No sprout, no sign of growth. Days pass, weeks pass, and you start wondering, did I do something wrong? Is it even growing? Maybe you check on it every day, like I check my analytics, expecting to see something new. But no matter what, no matter how closely you look, nothing changes. And that's very frustrating, right? You put in the effort, but there's no visible result. So then you start doubting yourself. Did I use the wrong soil? Did I give it too much water? Did it get enough sunlight? Maybe you even start thinking about giving up. But what you don't see is what's happening under the soil. The seed is cracking open. Roots are starting to grow. It's getting stronger. And then, when the right time hits, it breaks through the surface. That's exactly how English works. Just because you don't see big progress, that doesn't mean you're not progressing. It doesn't mean learning is not happening. Now, let's talk about why you might feel stuck. The first reason is your progress is slow, but that's normal. If I measure progress in inches, it looks like tiny steps. I like to say itty bitty steps. But if I zoom out a little bit and add my steps, you can see that these small steps, here represented by inches, they can turn into miles. Let's say you only learn one new English word a day. Just one. It doesn't feel like much, right? We did the math in the last video, and we know that in a year, 365 days, what does that turn to? 365 new words. And in 2 years, one new word a day, that's over 700 words. That's a lot of English. Now think about this. If I add just one drop of water to this plant, is it enough? Probably not. It's something, but it's not going to help our plant grow. So practicing a little bit is not enough. You don't have to practice a gallon's worth of water into that plant because then you might damage the seed. Just like if you practice too much and you don't give yourself breaks or you don't find the right balance between what to study, you can end up feeling burned out. But let's think about that metaphor with the drop again, using this cup. Love my sparkling water. If I add just one drop of water to a cup every day, it doesn't look like much is happening. But over time, eventually the cup fills up. If I keep on adding to it, it overflows. Oh, so delicious. That's what's happening with your English. Every day, you're adding small pieces of knowledge, phrases, words, sentences, sounds. Right now, your cup feels like it's empty, correct? It's sad. But honestly, if you keep adding one drop at a time, one day at a time, it will overflow. That was so good. Can I take another sip? You don't mind, right? Go get something to drink too so we can drink this together. So that metaphor right there represents fluency. What's the problem? You're expecting to see progress every single day. But real growth doesn't work like that. Think about weightlifting. If you go to the gym once and expect to see muscles bulging out of your shirt, it's not going to happen. You never see muscle growth immediately. If you go every day for a week, you still might not see the difference. You're not going to be ripped like me in a week, all right? It's going to take a little more time. So keep going, keep training, and keep showing up. And guess what? A few months later, you'll notice you're becoming stronger. The same goes for English. You might not notice the difference today or every week, but in a few months or a few years, wow, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. The second reason that you may feel like progress is just not happening for you is you're listening to people and you're comparing yourself to others. Let me ask you, if I pour more water into this half, if I pour more water into this half glass, well, it's really a plastic cup, into this half plastic cup full of water, does it make it full? Does it make the glass any smaller? No. And yet, we compare ourselves to others like their success takes away from ours. Someone else speaks faster. That doesn't mean you're not improving. Someone else knows more words. That doesn't mean you're stupid. The amount of words you know really doesn't matter. It's really about how you use those words. So, someone else knowing more words than you, that's great. It's a great thing to have an excellent vocabulary. It's an amazing thing to know a lot of words. But the amount of words that they know really doesn't matter. It's about your progress. It's about the amount of words that you know. It's not a competition. Imagine two people running a marathon. One person is ahead. Obviously, the other person is behind. But that person ahead and that person way back there, they're both in the same race. As long as you keep running, keep learning, and keep moving forward, you're going to succeed. You're going to finish the race at your own pace and in your own time. Have you ever went mountain climbing or just walked up a steep hill for a long period of time? Or maybe even if you walked up a long staircase, it doesn't have to be a hill. At first, you're full of energy. You know you can get up there, but halfway up, and I'm talking about a staircase, with over 200, maybe 300 steps. Halfway up there, you start to feel tired. You look up, you're looking ahead, and you start to see how far you still have to go. And then you look to your left and you see someone who's already at the top. And you think, oh my gosh, they're just pummeling up. And you're like, oh man, I'm never going to get there. But here's what you don't see. The person who's racing up to the top faster than you, they were once where you are right now. They took the same steps. They felt the same struggles, but they just kept going. And if you do too, you will get there. So stop looking at others. Stop seeing where everyone else is in their race. Focus on your journey. As long as you keep filling up your glass, you're going to see an improvement. So that was two reasons. Let's talk about the third reason. why you feel like your progress is not happening. You're a perfectionist, aren't you? You're expecting to be perfect. You want to see perfection. That was a perfect piece of paper. It really was. But it's not going to waste. Going to use it to teach you something. This is what most people think their English looks like now. But before, it was perfect, right? That piece of paper was a perfect sheet of paper. It was smooth. It didn't have any mistakes in it. And now it looks like this. Because in reality, this is what learning English looks like. It's messy. It's full of errors. But guess what? I can still use this piece of paper to take notes. So write down any important phone numbers. I can split it in half and share it with someone else who might need to write something down that's important. I can split it in half again and use it to write down and remember 4 pieces of important information. It's still meaningful. Even native speakers make mistakes. We forget words. We correct ourselves in the middle of a sentence. Still a mistake, even if we correct ourselves. I myself, as a native speaker, I say a lot when I'm trying to think of what to say, when I'm trying to sound perfect. I make these mistakes too. And a lot of native speakers have the same problems. But using and all the time does not mean we're not fluent. The only way to become fluent is to be okay with imperfection. Give me a second, let me grab my bag, the one that's blowing it away. All right, where was I? Oh, yeah. So make some mistakes and speak anyway, because every mistake is proof that you're learning. Think about a baby learning to walk. They take their first step perfectly? No. They wobble, they stumble, they fall down, but they get back up. And over time, they learn. English is the same way. So please, stop worrying about mistakes and keep going. Do I have another reason? Yeah, so the fourth reason that you may feel like progress is just not progressing is your brain learning in the background. What do I mean by that? Let me go back to my timer. Have you ever taken a break from studying and then suddenly you understood something later on? That's because your brain keeps learning even when you're not thinking about it. Right now, as time goes on, your brain is absorbing English. It's processing words. It's remembering sounds. It's remembering letters. It's building connections. Every second that goes by, every minute that goes by, your brain, if you allow it to, is processing the English language. It's like back to the exercise example. When you exercise, your muscles grow even after the workout is done. You can stop lifting weights. You can stop running that 2 miles. When you're drinking your water after your shower and you're resting, your muscles are still growing. So, even when you don't feel progress, trust me, it's happening. That's why it's important to keep going, even when you don't feel like you're improving. Because one day, you're going to surprise yourself. You'll be watching a movie, and then suddenly, I understand that. You'll listen to a conversation, and you'll see, I understood what that person said. You'll look back and realize you did get better, even when you didn't notice it happening. Do you want proof that you're improving? Did I not give you enough proof? I got some more for you. Here's what I want you to do. Take a notebook. Every week, write down what you've learned. Pick a day. I like to choose Fridays. For whatever reason, you can pick any day that you wish. But for some reason, I enjoy picking Fridays. So pick Friday. And every Friday, you're going to write down what you learned when it comes to English. It could be one new word. It could be one new sentence. It could even be something you understood better than before. And in a few months, look back at the book. You'll see your progress in real time. Because even if you don't feel it right now, you are growing. So, my final message to you is to keep going. Keep going, like my baby plant here. This little plant didn't grow overnight, it took time. And so will your English. Just like this plant, if you keep going, if you keep practicing and keep showing up, one day you'll look back and realize I did grow. So don't stop now. You're already on your way. Keep pushing. Keep growing. Keep being this plant. Water yourself with information. Not too little water and not too much water. Give yourself some sunlight, literally and figuratively, meaning the sunlight and the water represent the steps that you're taking to grow. And like I said, one day you will be growing like this beautiful plant. All right. I'll see you on the next video.